Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to use JSON underscore tuple function in PySpark. So this function will mainly use to extract the values directly from the JSON string without converting into either struct or variant type. So normally what we'll do is JSON string will convert into struct type. So that one method we'll use by using from underscore JSON. So here this JSON underscore tuple what it does is without converting into either variant or struct type, we can directly extract uh, columns from JSON string. So if you want to extract multiple fields or separate columns from a JSON string, so it only works for top level fields, not nested JSON. If you see in case of from underscore JSON, so first we need to convert to struct type, then you can extract the values. So that will work for both flat and nested structure. But JSON underscore tuple, it is limited only to extract the top fields. So, and it won't support for nested JSON type. So it always returns the output as strings. So no matter the original type. So all extracted fields are strings. So if you want it in different data type, you can cast it later. So it's a schema-less. So in case of from underscore JSON, so you had to define the schema. But here you don't need to define the schema. And what is the limitation here? So cannot parse nested JSON like address.city. So as I told earlier, so it won't support for nested JSON. So if you want to extract nested JSON, so you have to use either of these three options. So I from underscore JSON, I already made video how to extract that, and parse underscore JSON. So on these three topics, I already made video how to extract elements from JSON string. So next, what is the syntax? So JSON underscore tuple. So inside that you need to pass the column name and fields. So fields you need to pass here. So in this column is the column that contains the JSON string and field 1 to n. So that is the JSON keys you want to extract. And what it returns is multiple string elements. So output it gives as string format. So first what I'm doing is I'm importing the function JSON underscore tuple here. And so if you want to get the help and JSON underscore tuple, what you can do is you can do help and JSON underscore tuple. So if you see here, it will give you all the information here. Say JSON underscore tuple, and here it giving the syntax. So this is column and fields. So here they explained everything here. So it creates a new row for JSON column according to the given field names. And so all these parameters, it is explained here as per our syntax and what it returns. Okay, so and they given some example also here, how it will works. So you can go through this to get full idea about this. So next, first I'm taking one simple JSON to explain how this JSON underscore tuple function works. So here I took flat JSON. Okay, so first I'm explaining with flat JSON. So flat JSON means if you see starting and ending, you have curly braces. So that means that is JSON. So starting and ending to curly brace, that is JSON. So before that, starting and ending, it is with single quote. So that means this is JSON string. So after that, after creating data frame, so what is this? This is our initial data frame, JSON underscore string. So on top of that, what I'm doing, df.select, and I'm passing this column name. So this is the JSON string. If you see here, this is the string data type. And so here I'm passing the field names. So as we saw in syntax, so first we need to pass the column name, and this is field 1, 2, 3 up to n. And if you see here, and what are the fields inside this JSON, you see here, this is one. Fields, or you can say key, ID, name, age, city, price. So these are all the fields. And these fields I am passing here. So here I passed all the fields. So if you want only required fields, you can pass only 2 or 3. So that also possible. And at the same time, you have to provide the alias. And so normally we'll give alias for individual columns. So here you need to pass alias names for all the columns. So since I passed, so total 5 columns, you have to provide all 5 column names alias here. So if this count is not matching, then it will throw error. So now, now by using JSON underscore tuple, so I'm going to extract these columns here. See here, so all 5 columns I'm extracting here. So if you see ID, we'll get 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 6 up to 6. Next, Subhash, Dinesh, Fatima, Gopesh. Okay, we'll get like this. And age 28, 32, 29. Okay, so and similar way city and similar way price. So we'll extract like this. So now we'll discuss about flat section, flat JSON. So now, suppose I want to convert the data type. So why we need to convert the data type? As I told initial, so it returns always string type. So whatever the input, it will give you the string type. Suppose if you want any other type of data frame, then you need to cast it. So now we are going to see that how to do cast. If you see here, ID and age, price are the actual, these data types are integer, but we are getting as a string. See here, string. Why? Because JSON underscore tuple, it always gives the string data type. See here, all it considering string. Now I want to cast these integer columns from string to integer. So for that, what I'm doing, df underscore extracted, I'm using with column, and I'm defining what are the columns I want to cast it. So first ID, and I'm passing the column name here, call of ID. On top of that, I'm using cast function, and I'm defining integer. See, for all 3 columns, I'm using cast and converting to integer type. So if you see here, see this data type got converted now integer. So here also integer, and here also integer. And parallelly, you can cross verify here. See here, ID, age, price. So these 3, we are getting integer. So like this, you can convert your data types. Suppose if you want to capitalize the column names. So total we have 5 columns. If you see here in alias, we manually enter the column names. So actually we have all lowercase, but here I given column names, very first letter as the capital letter. So if you want to do in automated way, how I can do is, so I'm defining all my column names here, actual my column names, and here I'm using df.select JSON underscore tuple. So JSON column name I'm giving, and I given star calls. So that means this one. So all columns it will consider, and dot alias. In alias, instead of manually writing, what I'm doing is, so here I'm using list comprehension. So what I'm doing, C dot capitalize for C in calls. So that means each and every column it will iterate, and each and every column it will do capitalize of first letter. Okay, so if you see here, see all the columns, first letter it is capital. So this is one way. So either you can do manual way or you can do like this also. So next we'll go for nested JSON. See, as we initially discussed, JSON underscore tuple, it won't support for nested JSON. So suppose if you pass this to underscore JSON, we'll see what will happen. See, this is my first JSON, first level JSON, and from this address is the next level JSON. So that means nested JSON. So here I created nested JSON data frame, and on top of this, what I'm doing, JSON underscore tuple. So and this is my column name. This one JSON underscore string, and these are all the fields I'm passing here. So since this is flat, name and age, price. So these three are directly is given, and in nested, this address nested one, we have two records here. So city and G. So that how we need to pass is address dot city, address dot G. So I passed all five column names, and in the similar way in alias I given my column names here. So if I try to run this one, see here in this first level we have three columns, that is name, age, price. So up to here this is flat JSON. So for that we are getting the values. And whatever nested JSON is there, that is address.city, address.zip. So that means for this nested JSON, we are getting nulls here. Okay, so that is the difference. So suppose if you pass only nested JSON, then you will get all null values. So this how you can use JSON underscore tuple function in PySpark. So if you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.